Rumi once said, "The minute I heard my first love story, I started looking for you, not knowing how blind I was." Lovers don't finally meet somewhere. They're in each other all along. And for Jen and Katy, meeting for the first time certainly didn't feel like the first time. An electric zing passed through them both that felt more like a rediscovery. Jen saw Katy completely and utterly in that moment, and Katy felt it too. Words really feel inadequate to describe their knowing because it was such a felt somatic experience for both of them. A sense of belonging, they were both home, and this was love.
My Junie Jen Jarito mess. This was hard to write, not because I didn't have anything to say to you, but because all the words are insufficient, inadequate, incomplete. I could list all the adjectives that describe you and us and go on for days, but they can't capture why or how I love you. So how do I stand up here in front of all the people we love the most and tell you everything you mean to me and how profoundly devoted I am to you? What I can start with is what I felt over a cup of coffee on what we now know as our day one. In 90 flummoxing minutes, I felt seen, understood, and held. It was disorienting. It was magnetic. It was irresistible. How was it possible that someone I barely knew could look at me like I was the most obvious, whole, and miraculous thing? Except I get it because that's how it felt to look at you too. Your curiosity, your presence, and your attention lit me up.
Katy Mess, you are the love of my life. When we first found each other, I felt every forgotten, misunderstood, stifled part of me rushing to the surface. I felt deeply seen and known and understood for the first time in my life. Your presence was electric. It literally zapped me when we first met. And I had the uncanny sensation of having known you always and being intensely curious to know you more. I look at you in a sea of people and I know that I am home. Falling in love with you was nothing short of a spiritual experience, and ours was a powerful love from the start. Our beginning has always reminded me of Cynthia Achilles' quote, "For a seed to achieve its greatest expression, it must come completely undone." The shell cracks, its insides come out, and everything changes. To someone who doesn't understand growth, it would look like complete destruction. Being loved by you changed me like that. Your love encouraged me to become more myself, to expand, to take up more space, to be real and weird and complex, and be loved steadily through all of it. Today we get to celebrate our devotion to each other in front of all these wonderful humans, and with Leo and Harvey, who I am so profoundly grateful to know and love and treasure with you. Today, you and I can step across the threshold of marriage not just on faith, but battle-tested, resilient, hopeful, knowing already that we can do hard things and keep finding our way back to each other through it all. I hope that we get to keep falling in love over and over again for the rest of our lives.
The story of us hasn't always been easy, but it is magic. We both had to start a forest fire to make room for us, and still we're here reaching for each other. Back then, before so much of our hard stuff, I would say to you that we were inevitable. As inevitable and miraculous as a stream carving through stone. But actually, inevitable doesn't convey just how enthusiastically I consent to being undeniably yours. And I am yours. Being with you feels as much a choice as breathing, but I choose it. I choose devotion. I choose turning toward us always, which is really a turning toward myself, toward the deepest, wisest core of me. I promise to appreciate and savor the wonder that you are, to return to my curiosity about you, in all your layers, all your hopes and dreams. Our love is a wonder. It's a force. We are one stream. We are miraculous.
You are one stream, flowing from the same source, lucky enough, miraculous enough to have met in this lifetime, and you share that love with your community here today. Your love flows out into the world through the presence that you give to your family, to your friends, and to your community and your world. And in that way, your love makes all of us better. So today we honor how you share your love with your community, who are here to witness you and celebrate you, your family, and your devotion to healing and joy. May you have a long and happy marriage. May it continue to be a place of refuge, joy, freedom, and homecoming. It is now my incredible honor to pronounce you married. You may kiss.
I hope for us a future where we can always take deep refuge in each other. Even as we stand deeply in our separate selves, we have always belonged together. You and I are one stream.
I feel so profoundly lucky for you, for us, for this journey we've been on, and for where we're headed. And I can't wait to see where our bubble brings us next.